My young musicians, it's Papa for the boys. Your melodious cynic, back to flay the sanctimonious beast of social justice and its razor-sharp darling, the virtue guillotine of cancel culture, with sarcasm so thick it could clog a sewer. Oh, lads, strap in for the sardonic romp through the woke wasteland where justice mob swings their blade at anyone who dares stray from their ever-shifting dogma. And here's the kicker: saves their sharpest cuts for the poor saps who apologize for their lapse. We're diving into this farce, tying it to the trust-abusing cons we've been banging on about: Comey's Russiagate hustle, Clinton's rule-bending, the border games, or even better, believe all women. No human is illegal. Silence is violence. Words are violence. Diversity is our strength. Check your privilege. The future is female. Defund the police. White supremacy is the greatest threat to America. All while preaching a real tolerance that lets people breathe without demanding they kneel. Buckle up, boys. It's a cynical, ironic ride, and I'm cranking up the wry humor to make your tin drum rattle. The virtue guillotine, a blade that loves a groveler. Picture the scene, my lads. The social justice crowd, those self-anointed saints of X and TikTok, strutting about with their buzzwords: equity, allyship, do better, like they've cracked the code to utopia. Their weapon of choice, the virtue guillotine, that glittering contraption of cancel culture that lops off the reputations, the jobs, the dignity with a single tweet. Step out of line, say a word that's problematic, question a sacred cow, or post a meme that doesn't pass the purity test, and thwack, you're done. But oh, the delicious irony. It's worse for the wayward who dare apologize for their lapse from woke convention, whatever that nebulous shape-shifting nonsense is today. Apologize? You might as well hand the mob a freshly sharpened blade and bare your neck, or just expose the grimy, rusty, disgusting blade they've already been using for the past 5 years. Here's how it plays out, and it's a dark comedy. Some poor soul, maybe a comedian who told a naughty joke, a professor who dared cite biology, or a random Joe who tweeted something insensitive, gets caught in the crosshairs. The woke youth, with their pitchforks of hashtags, scream harm and accountability, as if words are war crimes. The target, thinking they can appease the beast, issues a groveling apology. I'm sorry. I'll educate myself. I didn't mean to offend. And what happens? The guillotine doesn't just drop. It swings with extra gusto. The mob smells blood, and an apology is like chum in the water. They don't forgive. They pile on, demanding more contrition, more humiliation, until the poor sap's a digital carcass. Look at J.K. Rowling. She refused to apologize and still stands, while others who groveled like some B-list celebs got torn apart anyway. The sarcasm drips like venom. Apologize, and you've not only lost your spine, but handed the mob a trophy. Bravo. You played yourself. Why is it worse for the apologizers? Because the woke don't want redemption. They want power. An apology is an admission of guilt, a crack in your armor, and they'll exploit it like the trust-abusing cons we've ranted about. Just like Comey twisting the FBI's credibility to push Russiagate, or Clinton bending rules for her own gain, or cancel culture's vultures. How they use your goodwill, your attempt to make things right, to tighten the noose. They thrive on the trust you'll try to play nice. But their game has no mercy rule. It grants no quarter. The convention itself, it's a moving target. Today's inclusive is tomorrow's problematic. And good luck keeping up. Apologizing is like pleading guilty to a crime that doesn't exist yet. Oh, how noble of them to hold you accountable while they feast on your downfall. The trust-abusing con of social justice. Social justice as peddled by the woke isn't about fairness. It's a power grab dressed in tears and hashtags. They'll exploit society's desire to be kind, to be good, just like the border hoppers, gaming lax immigration laws, or the media's whack-a-mole lies, keeping conservatives off balance. The virtue guillotine is their enforcer, slicing through anyone who dares think for themselves, and it's especially vicious to those who bow. Why? Because an apology signals weakness. The mob loves a soft target. It's the same trick as sanctuary cities letting murderers hide in their compassion. The woke youth cry justice while playing executioner, and your attempt to make nice just sharpens their blade. The humor, dark as it is, lies in the absurdity. They'll scream about systemic harm while systemically harming anyone who disagrees. They'll demand inclusion while exclude you if you don't chant their mantra. They'll preach empathy while showing none of the grovelers they crush. It's like watching a vegan in fur boots lecture you about ethics. Zero self-awareness, maximum noise. And the apologizers? They're the punchline, thinking a few I'm sorry's will save them from the mob that's already moved on to the next target. The guillotine's blade never dulls, lads. It just swings harder when you kneel. Real tolerance? No kneeling, no apologies. Now let's talk Real tolerance, not the woke version that's just obedience in a glittery costume. Real tolerance is raw, unfiltered, and doesn't demand you agree with a single damn thing. It's letting the loudmouth with the offensive speak. Letting the woke kid with their pronoun pins ramble and saying, "Fine, you do you, but I'm not joining your cult." It's the antidote to the virtue guillotine. No kneeling, no groveling, no apologies for existing. You don't have to acquiesce to their ever-changing rules or beg forgiveness for a lapse they invented. Real tolerance is a shrug, a nod, and a firm, "I'll pass." It's the ultimate defiance. You let them be, but you don't let them own you. This tolerance is your armor, lads. It's what keeps you free when the mob demands your head. Think of it like a personal compassion we talked about for migrants. Help a soul if your heart says so, but don't rewrite the border laws. Here, tolerate the woke rants, the pronoun wars, the call-outs, but don't let them rewrite you. They'll exploit your trust, your desire to be decent, just like the political hustlers and the border con artists. Real tolerance says, "I see you, but I don't owe you my soul." And if they come for you with their guillotine, laugh. Nothing dulls their blade like someone who refuses to flinch. Here's some advice for dodging the guillotine. Here's the beat, my young bucks, for growing up in this guillotine-happy world. Never apologize. The mob doesn't forgive, they feast. An apology is a confession they'll use to bury you. Stand firm or sidestep with a quip. Never grovel. Own your voice. Say what you think, even if it's problematic. The woke convention shifts daily. Trying to keep up with it is a fool's errand. Be you, unfiltered. Laugh at the mob. When they come with their hashtags and canceled threats, chuckle. Dave Chappelle's got this down. Mock their sanctimony and keep moving. Find your people. Surround yourself with folks who value real tolerance, those who'll debate without demanding your surrender. They're your shield against the blade. Stay grounded. The woke youth are lost in their own script, but you don't have to read it. Focus on real life, your goals, your grind, not their digital witch hunts. Stand by the customs and traditions that have developed here over years, decades, centuries, appreciating even the pitifully fallen among us that have done great things on our behalf. The final beat. The virtue guillotine is a con, lads. Sharper than ever for those who apologize, thinking it'll save them from the woke mob's wrath. Social justice is a power play, exploiting trust like Comey's schemes and sanctuary city scams, Me Too silliness, and the cancel culture's blade that cuts deepest when you bow. The apologizers, they're the mob's favored victims. They're groveling fuel for the next execution. But you, boys, you're smarter. Embrace real tolerance. Let the world rant, but don't let it demand your knees. No acquiescence, no apologies, just a wry grin and a steady drumbeat. The guillotine's only as strong as the fear it inspires, so laugh it off and keep walking. Papa, for the boys, here, always. Holler and I'll keep this song stringing.